Beehive Sports Podcast is powered by Swing Juice. Visit swingjuice.com. Use promo code Beehive20 for 20% off your golf and MLB PA apparel. We're back after a week off. Breeze Line's fault, right? Is that who we're blaming?
Yeah, it was Breeze Line's fault. They have
Okay.
to come it's pretty ghetto up here right now. There's just a internet line laying across the yard. The line to the house is bad.
If somebody hated the show enough, they could come to your house and
They
just
could come snip the line. Yes, correct.
Nice.
It's
hopefully
way out next to us.
Colosimo doesn't know about that, does he?
He does not. I did not tell him.
He would be the guy who would do that.
He would. He would.
All right, we're starting off the show with the Napoli Pizza Super Bowl Party Pack giveaway. We're going to get into just a couple of local shout outs. I did put a Buzz and Buzzkill in. I don't know if you did or not, or can think of something or whatever.
I didn't, but I could think of something, yeah.
Sure. 3-bagger review for the AFC NFC Championship games that took place 2 weeks ago now, or almost 2 weeks ago. And then we'll get into our Super Bowl picks. Do you have a Sketty on? Is there a Sketty on this week?
I don't have a Sketty on. No, okay. I've only been mad about one thing for 2 weeks, and
you're going to talk about that during the 3-bagger review, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So things that sting. We have one follow up, and we're going to have to go through them briskly, but nine stories. However, there was actually like 12, and I saved some. I'm like, you know what? We'll just do those ones next week because a few of them are like quick. We'll get through them fast. And then in my hive, we will get to the Super Bowl fan rant. Delp and Glenn coming back on. So they'll be with us here in about an hour and 15 minutes. It's going to be a little bit longer of a show tonight just because we have so much more to go over. Let's go.
Welcome to the Beehive Sports Podcast. Here are your hosts, Joe and Sketty.
The Buzz is brought to you by Busch Light. Head for the mountains or wherever you purchase your adult beverages and grab yourself some ice cold Busch Light. Remember to please drink responsibly. And Napoli Pizza, yet again the winner of Best Pizza in Warren County weekly specials. Pickup or delivery available, located in North Warren, and the provider of the Super Bowl Party Pack that we're going to get here in a few minutes. Reminder to those watching, you can listen to the audio on Spotify, iHeartRadio, whatever, if you choose not to want to watch and you want to listen while you're driving or whatever. We have eclipsed 10,000 listens.
Nice.
Yeah, and like almost, like we're getting up to 10,100, something like that. We did a good on the last episode. Plus, like I told you, I saw some back end numbers coming up from past shows, people getting caught up. We are going to make some changes, like I said. So next week is the season finale.
Yep.
Which we haven't even discussed what we're going to do. If we're going to do a listener appreciation show again, where people can come on if they want. Do we want to do that again?
Yeah, that was a good time last year.
That was fun. So we'll probably do something like that next week. Put the link in the comments, and you guys can just join and jump on with audio and video and hang out with us. But so next week's season finale. Next season, Sketty and I have already bounced some ideas around, and we're going to make a few slight changes to the way it goes, make it a little more listener friendly. Josh is in the comments already saying weather has been nice. Somebody go mow Sketty's run over your fucking internet cable. And Phil, it's too small for me to see, but I'm assuming that's an eagle.
That is an eagle.
Okay. Maybe I need to get my eyes checked. All right. One more quick shout out I wanted to give, if he's listening, because he said he was going to be. My brother, first time figuring out YouTube. They believe, despite popular belief, they do have internet in Ludlow. So John is supposed to be tuning in and listening, so hopefully he figured it all out. But all right, Napoli's, we getting into that?
Yep,
that's what we're doing here. All right, let me get probably got a banner for that somewhere. There we go. All right, so are we going to do, I think we could still do Elimination Chamber. What do you have done? You just have.
I've got I've got the hat here with numbers.
Okay. Start drawing them. So what we're going to do is it's elimination chamber style. Grab a handful of them, start shouting out numbers. I'm going to erase that person. There's 51 finalists who picked the Chiefs and the Eagles. So Sketty's going to start pulling names. I'm going to delete them from the list here, and we're going to narrow it down to the bottom two. So the top, what are we doing? The second to last person drawn gets the cheesecake. And the last person drawn gets the pizza, wings, and 6-pack. So go ahead.
Pure coincidence. First one eliminated, just like my 49ers. Number 49, you're out.
Number 49. I won't say who they are just because. Or do you want me to?
That's up to you. If we're doing elimination, you might as well, yeah.
Sorry. Mindy was the first one to go, unfortunately. 2. Mallory Myers. Goodbye.
10.
Tim Swanson. That's neighbor Tim.
Sorry, Tim.
51. Jessica Leanne, so that's like a last name on Facebook.
Assuming we're going to have a lot of those. That's what Facebook is.
I don't think there's too many.
Not too many.
No.
44.
44. Sean Ristaw.
Okay. That is
all right.
6. That's 6 names eliminated, right?
Something like that.
Okay.
Tim bullshit. Yeah. Sorry, Tim.
11.
11. Melissa McDunn.
13.
Scott Jones.
36.
Oh, remind me, we got to talk. That's our boy Bill Venata. Sorry, Bill. Oh, also, Bill, tell your son we'll be visiting the school next week or the week after to award him his plaque for best fall athlete, which we've been kind of slow about. Apologize for that.
We have to get best winter athlete now already.
Right, yeah, close.
39.
39. Brian Hoden.
50.
Our Dolphins fan representative. That's Joanna Furman. Okay.
46.
46. Siobhan Wonder.
32.
32. Tim Carpenter. Tim will be
7.
playing the basketball game, maybe. Yeah, remind me we got to talk about the basketball game.
Oh, yeah. 7.
7. Kevin Regal. All right.
24.
24. Oh, neighbor Ashley. So Tim and Ashley gone. Tim, you
18.
can comment bullshit again if you want. Terry Ludwig. Gone.
1.
Mark Summers. All right.
23.
Double bullshit. I'm putting that comment up there real quick. 23 is Carrie Kroll Spencer. So she's gone.
37.
37. Oh, our boy Glenn.
No.
The Chiefs rep. Hope he still comes on later.
12.
12. Corey Bednez. Okay.
28.
28. Cowboy, which I don't know. I wasn't going to include him anyways because he lives in Erie. Like, you're going to have some cold pizza and wings.
Napoli's is that good. He's just going to come down and eat it in the parking lot.
That's actually, I would do that.
47.
47 is Michael Cron Miller.
42.
42. Shelly Sharp.
45.
45. Chris Bunk. And
48.
Still love you, Chris. 48. Dana Hanson Walton. All right. We're narrowing her down.
Just had to get another big grab here.
Yep.
5.
5. Alex Caldwell.
14.
14. Billy Jameson.
3.
Brian Fitzpatrick. 3.
Yep.
Cole Prodin.
35.
35. Rob Vignier. Another firefighter.
4.
Oh, Phil Gilbert.
6.
You made it a long way, Phil. 6 is Matthew Morrison.
Just like his Eagles, going to fall short this week. Sorry, pal.
Ooh.
9.
9, Jolie Marie. So there is another, I guess there was a second first and middle name person, Facebook person. Phil. Love it.
16.
16, Tina Linkerhoff Schwartz.
40.
Kayla Rupchek.
41.
41, Jerome Slitter.
34.
Slitter. 34, Cleveland Craig Bennett.
Oh, sorry, Craig. That's my partner. 8.
8. Oh, that's Josh Beefy Anderson.
Well, that'll teach you to tell someone to run over my internet wire. 21.
Pretty sure I did. Okay. What'd you say?
21.
21, Marianne Sharp.
Okay, 20.
20, Christy Moore.
17.
17, Trisha Lichenberger.
15.
15, Anita McCown.
33.
33, T-Mine.
29.
All right, we're getting down there. Stephanie Slocum.
22.
22, Bethany Simchek.
26.
8 left. Michelle Peters. 7 left.
31.
31, Christine Keller. You should have 6 left, right?
I have 5 left.
Oh, okay. Maybe I did delete one that I was supposed to. I didn't think I called that one, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pick 3 randomly.
Okay.
I'm shuffling them up. I'll pick 2 randomly.
You're peeking.
I can't see the numbers. They're upside down.
Okay.
And I'm just
All right.
shuffling.
Flip
And
them.
what I'm saying is I'm going to take 2, and then we'll announce our 3 finalists, and somebody's going to be odd man out.
Okay.
So we're going to go 38 is out.
38.
And 25 is out.
25 is Christy Ash. So you have how many left?
I have 3 left.
All right. I didn't delete one, but it doesn't matter. You should have the 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the 2 winners. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So Spro is out. Spro made it to the top 5, top 4, top 5, something like that. So we have 4 finalists or 5 finalists, 3 finalists.
Yep.
How many we have?
We have 3. I have 3 tickets left.
3 tickets left. Okay. Give them to me.
27 is out.
27, Rachel Anderson. Oh.
So we have 2 left. I'll tell you what we're going to do. You just don't tell me the number. Tell me the 2 names.
Well, then,
right?
One of them, I have one that I didn't delete, so I don't know which one it wasn't.
Okay. All right. So
I
we're
missed
going to go
deleting one. But you have 2,
place.
and that's what's important.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So second place.
So this is the pie.
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake
from Napoli's.
Goes to number 19.
Lisa Feeney.
Yeah, and that means our grand prize winner
is what number?
Number 43.
Rachel Freeling.
No, there you go. Craig still made it. Cleveland, yeah. Craig wins. That's my partner.
All right.
Who was the name that we didn't call?
30.
Oh, yeah, that was early. I wondered if you got that one.
Yeah, that was the one I didn't get.
First out, yeah.
All right, I was probably talking. So I deleted the other one already. So I just have 19 and 43.
Yep.
19, Lisa Feeney wins the cheesecake. And 43, Rachel Freeling / Cleveland Craig wins the Napoli Party Pack. Congratulations to both you guys. Good. All right. So I'll reach out to you guys and let you know what you need to do whenever you're ordering or however you call it in, whenever, obviously has to be Super Bowl Sunday. So make sure you get on it. All right, cool. I'm going to save that so I don't forget who they are. All right, cool. All right, here we go. So, first off, the thing I had to remember to bring up that I didn't put in here. I posted the save the date, so that is like official. We're releasing more info on it once we get closer. That's why I put the save the date out now. The flyer's actually done and everything, but we're not gonna put anything out about it until we get into March, simply because I could see if I do it now, a lot of people on the 25th of March being like, oh yeah, was that today? So we're going to wait till we get a little closer, but basically it's the police versus the firefighters in a union matchup, and it's a fundraiser for our union. So you come out and support WPD's union, the Warren Police Officers Association, and then the firefighters. I forget what it's called, local bunch of numbers, something. Yeah. But yeah, so come out. We're going to have, it sounds like New York Style is going to be providing pizza for us to sell. So we'll have concessions. We got 2 volunteer refs. We got Chris Bunk running the scoreboard for us. It's all coming. We have an event photographer. It's going to be our boy Phil, who's probably mad at us now because he just put a big no in the comments because he lost the party pack. But yeah, so going to be a good time, and I'll be sharing more information on that once we get closer. Like I said, it's still in the building stages, kind of. I think most things are in place. It's just a waiting game now. So Pelly and I think Ryan Mangini are going to be our volunteer refs. So I have to slip a 20 to Pelly and make sure I don't foul out. I think we might not do foul out. Like, you can't foul out. Like, we only have 8 guys.
Play smart.
No, not a chance. Will I do that? It's bang around down low and hope for the best. That's my approach to basketball. I want a few bruises by the time I leave. So yeah, I'll post more, like I said, as time marches on and we get, closer to the date, but hopefully we can pack the Y and, get a good turnout for it. And that'll be something we can maybe do. Somebody asked about live streaming. We're not going to live stream it because we want people to go. That's the idea of it. So no live streaming, but watch Your Daily Local for an article about it. We're going to be talking with them here soon. So local shout outs while we're on the topic, I guess. Only a couple things. We're just going to touch on them. Not oops, wrong banner. There we go. So Morelli resigns as the Warren football coach, retiring.
We probably talked about that, but I don't remember.
No, we didn't. It was in the notes for last week, and we didn't have a show. You talked about it. But I did talk to athletic director Jeff White at Mo's diaper party on Saturday at the Elks, and he has respectfully declined the opportunity to hold interviews on a live show.
Shocker.
So I might have seen it coming, but it was worth throwing out there. I told him it's the opportunity of a lifetime, and he was like, no, we're definitely not going to do that. Fair enough.
Does not surprise me.
No, See, Ben's in what a shame. Yeah, talk to Dad. It was a golden opportunity. Could have been good for everybody. Transparency. We like transparency in Warren County. Could have had some there.
Yeah.
That's okay. And other than that, Warren competitive spirit team took 4th in state championships. So that was cool. They got a little escort back into town from police and fire departments. Other than that, nothing. Because I put in my notes where to start with hoops. We've gone so long without doing local shout outs because of
wait till playoffs start up and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But and it seems like most of the teams are playing pretty well. I mean, I don't think we have any like powerhouses per se, but they're competing, they're winning games, they're losing close ones. I know Warren lost a close one on a buzzer beater, like deep shot. I think it was Oil City. Yep. So yeah, we'll catch up on that, at a later date. But all right, buzz and buzz kill. Go ahead. What's got you buzzing this week?
What's got me buzzing this week? Nothing's really got me buzzing. I got a buzz kill, but I got no buzzing for you. There's nothing.
Not a great week, huh?
Well, I mean, just I'd say uneventful week. New Harry Potter game dropped. Hogwarts game. I guess that's cool. That's probably my most buzzing thing I got going. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. That's it. That's it.
Likely will not be playing that.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah, I'm still in the anger stages of Call of Duty.
Yeah, yelling at 13-year-olds in their mom's face.
No, see, what they did though is like I play one game mode. I've said this 1,000 times. I only play one thing, and they are bringing back hardcore. Right now they have tier 1. It's called essentially the same thing, but there's like no kill feed. There's a few differences. Yeah. It was probably a stupid experiment, but like the gun challenges that they're doing now in these games, it's created just a bunch of shitbag players who come into a game mode and don't play the game mode. They sit there and like they're trying to do challenges like long shots and they just camp, and it just pisses me off. So that's a problem I'm having right now. It's not my buzzkill though, because if it was, it'd be like a month and a half long or 2 months, whenever that game came out.
Is this why you hate Kyler Murray? Just
wait, hold on. Look at the people who are coming in late.
I'll tell them to listen to the episode.
Oh yeah, I guess you'll have to download it.
No one will know. No one's saying.
Yeah, it's too bad. Everybody, keep it to yourself. Don't tell those two.
6:30 start time.
Yeah,
but way to come in 20 minutes
loud
late.
And clear on the Facebook page. 6:30 start time.
It was still like 15 minutes before we announced it, so you can't be there by 6:45.
Right.
That's a you problem.
Yep. Yeah. Blame Breezeline. That's what we do. So, anyways, to get into my what's got me buzzing this week, Josh Allen skipping the Pro Bowl to go golf.
Yeah, that doesn't have me. But he did it last year. I don't know why. Like it's a big news this year. He did the same fucking thing last year.
It's awesome every time he does it. It's just great. It tells you more about how bad the Pro Bowl is, and it's golf. Like I haven't ever missed work to go golf. I will put that out there on the record just in case Spro's listening. But for people to do that, it makes a lot of sense. Look at now T-Mine's in here. The pizza.
Once again, don't be late. You would find out.
Have to listen to the episode. All right, what's killing your buzz?
Just the whole fucking LeBron thing this week, man. Like you're down 7 in a game. We stopped the whole game. He's waving people onto the court. Like, what happened to okay, you set the record, you give a little nod to the fans, and then that's it. You move on with life. The game continues. Not to mention you're fucking losing the Thunder. I think they lost the Thunder that night. They're down 7 at that point in time.
5 games under 500.
Bravo to you, LeBron. Bravo to you. Then you proclaim yourself the greatest ever. Like, just what a fucking clown. I wish that we could go back and get like a Michael Jordan in his prime to just fucking eat LeBron's soul, and it'd be the greatest thing of all time. Listen to him cry. Just be That's all I want in life. Can't stand the guy.
Yeah, a week ago he's on the court on his hands and knees in tears because he didn't get a foul called. That's not GOAT status. GOATs don't do that. Brady does that.
We have kids out there that they're modeling their game after this fucking bum. It just I can't stand it. Stand it.
My buzzkill, which I actually thought this was going to be yours, but yours was actually good too, and that could have been mine. But one football game left.
Yeah, sad.
That's a buzzkill. Yeah, not my favorite time of year for sure. But
football was ruined for me 2 weeks ago, Joe.
Well, same here. But it still doesn't change the fact that it's one game left. So yeah, it's still not. Oh, I agree with you. It's a bummer when it ends the way it ends. But yeah, the good thing for me is that I got into college basketball within the last few years, so that actually keeps me occupied. And then baseball start, and so I do have at least a few things. Plus, hopefully here in like 2 months we'll be golfing outdoors. But
I'm been golfing outdoors on Sunday.
You did?
No, I'm gonna be. The way the weather looks.
Oh yeah, is it supposed to be nice this weekend?
Oh yeah.
Where are you going?
If I get out, probably the club. If I get out and the weather looks like it holds up and it's not a sopping shit mess,
I'm intrigued.
I might go get a couple holes in before the big game.
They got the push carts out.
I couldn't tell you.
You have your own, don't you?
I own a push cart. Yes.
Can you strap mine? Can you strap mine to it too?
Nope. We only get one cart on there or one bag on there.
Will you carry my bag?
No.
Or will you carry your bag and let me use your push cart?
I don't know if I'm in good enough shape to push the cart around. It might be like I play around the one green and just say I'm tired. I can't walk that far.
All right, let's get into the 3-bagger review. So we'll start with Sketty's favorite.
Are we just going to talk about this whole thing? The shit.
Well, go ahead.
I mean, I don't think I've ever been that frustrated in my life. Like, it wasn't angry. It was just pure defeated. But I don't even really have words for it. I don't know how, as a San Francisco team, you can be as cursed as a San Francisco team is. I mean, they had no quarterback in the second half. They literally did not have anyone on the field that was capable of calling the plays and throwing the football, which is the only reason Purdy was in the second half. I listened to it. I think it was Debo today said that, yeah, he basically, like, we couldn't get plays in without him, so we had to have a quarterback on the field to call the plays. So you're just totally kneecapped. First drive of the game, or, first offensive drive of the game. First drive of the game was a touchdown that shouldn't have been a touchdown, which I should have known right there. Fred Warner goes down. The fucking catch that wasn't a catch, and they scored the touchdown. I should have just known that's how the day was going to go, Joe. Right then, I should have known that my day, it was not going to be my day. It just sucks because I really wish the Eagles would have blown them out of the water, and that didn't happen. Like, I think we discussed this during the game. There's no way in my mind, if Brock Purdy plays that game, that it's any more than a 1-score game. And I honestly, like, deep down believe, my own little homer self, that the Niners would have won that game. The Eagles were not impressive at all. Hard to judge because the second half, the Niners don't have a quarterback and the Eagles aren't trying to do anything but run the clock out. But the first half, first touchdown drive wasn't a touchdown. Second touchdown drive, they got bailed out by about 3 calls that weren't phantom calls, but they're calls that are 50-50, could go the other way. And then Josh Johnson can't even catch a fucking snap. Like, I've just never seen, like, that game should have been, at worst, should have been 14-7. There's a very real argument to be made that game could have been 7-0 in San Francisco at the end of the half with Josh Johnson at quarterback. What's got really grinding my gears is if you get online and listen to Eagles fans, you think they just won the Super Bowl. They beat Joe Montana back there. Like, I have never seen a more delusional group of people. And we live in an area where there's Bills fans that won the Super Bowl in week 2. We live with Steelers fans all year long. And I listen to Browns fans tell me every year, this is the year. We're going to be good this year. The Eagles are more delusional than all of them combined on their worst day. I don't know how you're a person that has eyeballs and watch that Niners game and thought to yourself, oh, man, the Eagles, they look really good. They look really tough. This looks like a Super Bowl winning team. They didn't. Now, granted, I think the Niners, probably the better team, maybe the second best team in the NFL. But I just don't see it. It drives me insane. That was the worst part about it, is listening to people talk like they dominated them. Like I wanted them to get dominated to ease the pain of the Brock Purdy loss. But yeah, just a cursed franchise. We've been through this every year. I'm sick of it. I have no idea what to do. Just get us anyone. Derek Carr could win a Super Bowl with the 49ers because he can stay healthy the whole fucking season long. Like, that's how bad it is. Like, if you just give me a guy that can stay healthy and we're going to print fucking Super Bowls, you can't do it. It's frustrating, man. It's frustrating. Available. Yeah, good. At this point, if anyone that can just stay upright. Can you stay upright, throw the ball 10 yards, and turn around and hand it off? That's all I want at this point.
Why do they have so many quarterback issues? Because their offensive line's not bad.
It's snake bitten for all of and that's the other thing. You listen to Eagles fans, oh, we knocked him out of the game. It was a fluke fucking hit. You only hit Brock Purdy one time. You hit him one time, and you didn't drill him. You hit him in the arm. Like,
right. While he's in a throwing motion.
I should take a page out of Cowboys fans and Chiefs fans playbook here and start crying to the NFL and say, that should be illegal because if you hit our quarterback when his arm's back like that, then it snaps his elbow, and that we just can't have that. Like, no, it's just a fluke fucking play. It happens. Like, it's just all of them. They're all frustrating. It's been frustrating. You have very small windows in the NFL. This 49ers team had a window where they should have won at least one Super Bowl ring, probably 2 Super Bowl rings in the last, 4 years, and they just cannot stay healthy. I don't know what the problem is, but it's cursed. We're cursed. cursed. I feel like we're a good version of the Browns right now. Like, how could they screw it up this time? And they find ways. It's just amazing to me.
So we both did win our picks on that. And for the three-bagger review through the playoffs, not counting the Super Bowl, obviously, I went 6-6, Sketty 4-8. We both did hit the Eagles. Both had them at -2.5. Bengals Chiefs. This one I had the Chiefs. Sketty took the Bengals, so this was the only difference in our picks last week.
Yeah, I mean,
it happened so long ago. I don't even remember what to talk about.
I had to start drinking once Purdy got hurt, so like it was a long day.
Had to?
Long day for me. Yeah, I knew I wasn't going to be able to do it, and I'll tell you what, thank God I did, because I would have never been able to sit through the rest of that game. So
I do want to tell the masses about the text you sent me during the Chiefs-Bengals game, where you said, you know what? Mahomes doesn't really look like he's that hurt.
I don't remember saying that.
You finally agreed with
me. He did look like he could drop whatever they had him doped up on. He could not drop back like that the week before. He dropped back fine the whole game.
Because he's not that hurt.
I don't know. We're gonna find out. All I know is Eagles fans better fucking hope that he's hurt.
Well,
I hope you can do something, because you're about to get a test now.
The only sad thing about the Bengals losing is we don't get to see Miles this week, and I like talking to Miles.
Wasn't really impressed with either team during that game.
No, they didn't. Neither look great. All right. Oh, actually, we do have to talk about the hit.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan. I mean, you're going to get that flag every time, but like we're just you touched him out of bounds. You can't do that. Like,
we just the arms. That was the problem.
Yeah, I just still like
the arms.
I still firmly believe. And again, I want to make sure that I'm clear.
The thing is, they've been calling it all year. That's the only reason you can't really like. Well, I mean, I get a lot of people were mad about it, but
the flag, to me, that I would not blame. This was not on the officials for the Bengals losing that game. Like, don't punt it to the guy in the middle of the field and let him have a fucking 25-yard run back, and you also don't lose the game in regulation. Don't throw 2 picks if you're Joe Burrow. But yeah, you're going to get that call. It's one of those things that where it's highlighted how the NFL has a bad rule, and it shows up in this huge moment where everyone's watching it, and then everyone loses their mind. You're right. They've been calling it all year. I hate it. I really firmly believe if that was, Travis Kelce running out of bounds like that, and that's what happened, there would have been no flag.
But because
I just don't like it. But yeah, I think Mahomes, and again, it's not just him, but a lot of quarterbacks get that call, and there's some that don't. They're just, like I said, there's no consistency. But again, yeah, you can't do it in that situation. I don't know what you want to do, because he's fighting for every yard. They're like going for field goal range. Like, it's hard to tell the defender to just
slow up.
Yeah.
Especially when Mahomes has been a guy who's like, stopped right at the sideline and cuts inside. Yeah. Like, he's done that shit before.
That's what I'm saying. It's not, it's not like you had Tom Brady rolling out there where like, okay, he's not doing anything. He gets to the sideline, he's stopping. Like, Mahomes can turn it up and run a little bit. It's just, I hate when they do it. We saw it with the armstead play against the Cowboys, like where the refs and officials have beat into these guys' head that, you have to be careful with how you hit players, and it starts to make people play timid and I just hate that. I'd rather see a play like that and you just say, we're not going to flag that because it was within the play. I don't know. Don't love it.
Well, let's take that and go into the Super Bowl and get our picks for this one, because this will be our last 3-bagger pick of the year. I'll let you go first here, because actually we have not discussed this. No. Usually we share our picks before. Yep, that is the line. So go ahead.
I mean, as much as I hate to say it, I think that, I think the Eagles are going to pull this out. And like I said, I was going to root for them until Eagles fans started being stupid. And now just like for me to be able to go back and be like, take your L. I would love to do that because I'm petty. But I just think the Eagles have a better team. I think the Chiefs are really going to struggle stopping that option with Hurts. The big thing in this game, though, in my mind, we still don't know if Jalen Hurts can throw the football. He did not look good against the Niners for his pass defense. But again, he only really playing them for one half of football, and he didn't have to do much second half. I just don't know if he's completely healthy. And, Mahomes did look like he's completely healthy. I don't know if they have the weapons to take down this Eagles team, but it's Patrick Mahomes. You're not going to be able to sit on a 2-touchdown lead and feel safe. You're going to have to keep going. So we'll find out if Jalen Hurts, if this turns into a little bit of a shootout.
Glenn brought up a good point about that hit. This is just like one of the details that I wouldn't remember because we didn't have a show last week, and we would have talked about this last week when it was all fresh in my brain. 8 seconds, no timeouts. He was going out of bounds, so there was no him turning it upfield.
See, I don't agree with that though. He only needed 10 more yards for field goal range.
I think if he would have saw when he's going to the sideline on the late hit out of bounds.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying when you say he's turning it up, he wasn't going to turn it up 5 yards in field. That was obvious. You could say he's going to turn it up right at the last second. So if he gets pushed out, he's going to be.
I meant turn it. I meant turn it, stop, cut in, and continue on.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't have went back.
What I'm saying is he's done that. He's done that in the past though. But in this specific scenario, Glenn is correct. It wouldn't have happened. Yeah. All right. So back to this. Chiefs, Eagles. Eagles are -1.5. I'm actually going Eagles as well. I think that they do end up winning this game. It's going to be a good Super Bowl. I do believe that. A lot of talent on both sides of field. The one thing that came out today, and we'll see how this affects the game Sunday, because we are only three days away from the game.
Yes.
Yep. Chris Jones, several other Chiefs players are battling an illness right now. There's a bug going around the Chiefs locker room. So that's not news you want to hear 3 days before the biggest game of, some of these guys' career. Some of them have been there 3 times now or whatever it is. But that a little bit of factor in, but I think the Eagles have just been a punching bag by people on the internet. And I think that that's continued, even though they won the NFC Championship. I mean, it's still happening.
And I think I was on this early. I told you I think the Eagles are a good football team. I told you this early in the season, but I can see the punching bag take. You just beat the Giants, and then you beat the 49ers, who didn't have a quarterback in the playoffs. If you look at the best quarterback the Eagles have played this season, it's probably Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback they saw in the entirety of the season. Which brings in the question: is this defense going to be able to handle playing a Patrick Mahomes? Because that's a level you haven't even come close to seeing this season. You just haven't done it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it can't be done, but we're going to find out.
I just think they keep using it as competitive juice, and they keep winning. So I'm fly Eagles fly. I'm not saying I'm cheering for them. I guess I shouldn't say that. I'm kind of with Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
I hope they both lose somehow.
Yep.
That'd be ideal.
I'm with you.
But no, I think the Eagles cover the 1.5. But I think it's going to be a good game. You can never. It's hard. It's a hard thing to do to bet against Patrick Mahomes. But that's where
the Eagles can keep the Niners streak alive. I think it's been 10 years since they've lost to a team in the playoffs who hasn't won the Super Bowl. So the Eagles to win to keep that streak going.
All right. Do you have anything else for opening?
I do not.
Because we're doing coaching stuff we're going to get into next week.
That'll be next week, yeah. Which we should have. I think we're going to have answers
for
next
Arizona.
week. It sounds like Arizona, and I think the Colts both said they were going to wait till after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know Arizona. Yeah, Arizona definitely said that. And I saw the Colts were potentially doing a rare third round of interviews.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yep. Irsay is probably just hammered and doesn't remember the first one, so he needs to do it again.
He doesn't remember.
Yeah, he's like, let's just do this one more time, just so I remember what the fuck they said the first time they were here. It wouldn't surprise me any, but all right. So that'll take us to our first break, and we're gonna be skipping right straight to things that sting. The opening buzz is brought to you by Busch Light. Head for the mountains or wherever you purchase your adult beverages and grab yourself some ice cold Busch Light. Please remember to drink responsibly. Napoli's Pizza, yet again the winner of Best Pizza in Warren County. Weekly specials, pickup or delivery available, located in North Warren, and the suppliers of the Napoli Pizza Super Bowl Party Pack. Congrats to Rachel Freeling on winning that. I'll be in touch with you to let you know what you need to do. and that'll take us to first break. We'll be back with things that sting.
Whenever you crack open a bush light, the mountain starts singing.
It's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you.
What is going on?
Hit it, Giant Kenny G.
It's so smooth.
Head for the mountains of Bush Light here.
Hungry? Watching the game? Order some Napoli's Pizza, voted the best pizza in the Times Observer Reader's Choice every year. Homemade, hand-tossed, delicious hot pizza, stromboli, salads, subs, and so much more. Located in North Warren, come on in or call 814-723-7455 and ask about our specials. Pickup or delivery available 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Again, that's 814-723-7455.
Hi, this is Brian Hagberg, and I wanted to take a moment to tell you about our new website, yourdailylocal.com. Your Daily Local is your new home for news, sports, and events in Warren County and beyond. Our goal is to cover the people, places, events, and happenings that matter to you in a variety of ways, including writing, video, and audio. And the best part? All of our content is available for free. Head to yourdailylocal.com to get the news you need when you need it.
Hey there, everyone. This is Phil with JP Photography. I know. A photography ad on a sports show? I get it. You're here for sports talk and listening to Joe and Sketty's insane rambling.
Wait, what?
But bear with me for a few. I just want to tell you that JP Photography not only offers wedding photography, but also does events, engagements, headshots, family photos, and even some product photography. Be sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Just search for JP Photography or go directly to our website at johnphilphotography.com. That's JONPHIL photography.com.
Jones Pest Control, your hometown pest control company servicing residential and commercial properties in Warren and surrounding areas since 2015. Sean and his crew will work tirelessly to keep your home or business free of insects to rodents and everything in between. Contact Jones Pest Control at 814-230-9548 and set up an appointment today. And remember, ants, spiders, bees, or mice, don't think twice. Call Jones Pest Control, 814-230-9548.
Checkout means sales and services with 2 locations on Warren's east side. Their garage at 800 Lexington Avenue not only services cars sold by Means, but has knowledgeable staff and modern state-of-the-art equipment waiting to serve their hometown of Warren. Whatever you need, including alignments, tires, brakes, yearly or enhanced PA inspections, oil changes, and much more. Make your appointment today at 814-723-7191, extension 2.
It's now time for the things that sting. The worst stories in sports, according to Joe.
Edition of the Things That Stings, powered by Jones Pest Control. Ants, spiders, bees, or mice, don't think twice. Call Jones Pest Control at 814-230-9548. That's 814-230-9548. So we have, like I said, one follow-up and then, what was it, 8, 9? So let's get started so we can get to the fan rant. The follow-up is on the Michigan State tunnel brawl that took place. You remember that?
Me and Andy covered that while you were golfing.
Yes, yeah. Correct. While I was golfing, yeah. All right, so 4 of the 7 players are to have charges dismissed, but, I mean, it's not, so hear me out before the headline's a little bit misleading. Angelo Gross, Itavion? I don't know. I don't know how to say his name. Itavion Brown, Brandon Wright, and Justin White will likely have their misdemeanor charges dropped in exchange for community service. Cornerback Kari Crump was the only Michigan State player charged with a felony. He accepted a plea deal earlier this month to reduce that charge to a pair of misdemeanors. He will be suspended for the first 8 games of the 2023 season as a result. Defensive end Jacoby Windman and Zion Young were also charged with misdemeanors. Their cases are still pending. So I'm assuming the 4 were the 4 who were like least involved. They're going to do some community service. And then the big one was the cornerback, Kari Crump, who I think he was the one who was like beating on him while he's on the ground. So he's accepted a plea deal, but still has caught 2 misdemeanors and will be suspended for it. So you got to keep in mind too, majority of the time when plea deals are done, the victim has a say in those.
Yeah.
That's how, at least I can speak for here how that works, but usually they have a say. Like, are you comfortable with that? Yeah, no, whatever. But so that's that. I guess we'll just find out what happens with Windman and Zion Young. They were also misdemeanors. I don't know why they didn't get or chose not to accept the same plea deal. Maybe they hate community service. I don't know. Nobody likes it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
No one likes it.
All right. New cases. Josh Sills, Eagles offensive lineman. Sills has been indicted on rape and kidnapping charges in Ohio. The charges against Sills, who's 25 years old, stem from an incident with a woman December 5th of 2019 in Guernsey County, Ohio, according to the indictment. According to prosecutors, Sills purposely compelled the victim to submit by force or threat of force to sexual conduct. The charges are for felony rape of the first degree. The NFL rookie is also being accused of kidnapping the woman, as the indictment alleges that Sills did, by force, threat, or deception, remove the victim from the place where she was found or restrain the liberty of her for the purpose of facilitating the commission of a felony. So a court date for him to appear is February 16th. He has been put on the commissioner's exempt list, so he will not be in Arizona this weekend.
Well, it was reported at the time too. So this is another one kind of I'm scratching my head going, how did the Eagles not know about this? Like, that just seems mind blowing to me.
Well, I would assume they did know that at least he was going to be seen in front of a grand jury It almost doesn't seem like it would be possible for them to not, unless he literally just kept it completely hush hush somehow. It was all the stuff's taking place in Ohio. He's not. So maybe, I don't know. Doesn't seem likely. It would appear as though the Eagles knew and were waiting to see what happened and whatever. So our boy Stetson Bennett charged with public intox. Do you know what he was not charged with?
No.
Underage drinking, because he's like 30.
I was just gonna say, I was like, so
Georgia
28-year-old guy got drunk. Who gives a shit?
Right. So he's arrested for misdemeanor public intox in Dallas. The Dallas Police Department spokesman said officers responded to a report of a man banging on doors in the 1600 block of Tribeca Way at 7:10 a.m. on a Sunday morning. The preliminary investigation found when officers arrived that they looked at the man, Stetson Bennett, age 25, and determined he was intoxicated. The police statement read. Bennett was taken into custody, transported to the city detention center, and charged with public intox. So the SEC's just getting ravaged with things that sting stories the last month. Georgia football player killed, Alabama basketball player charged with homicide. So a lot of shit. This is a short one, but it's pretty great. The Cy Young Award was presented to Justin Verlander and Sandy Alcantara. On it, misspelled the word valuable, and it said that they were the most valuable pitcher. Valuable. How that took place, I have no idea. Both award plaques were given out with the misspelled word, instead omitting a second A and recognizing the recipient as the most valuable pitcher in baseball. It is not known how the error occurred, and it will be corrected. I'd want to keep that
Yeah,
want
that's what I'd
that
say.
one
I'm
too,
keeping
though.
this one. Yeah.
Yeah, because you could sell that later
You can
on.
sell
And
that.
that's like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's 2 of 2 that they have. So pretty funny, though. Oop, I had to run down. We're not doing a rundown. We're going to Joe Mixon. Warrant for aggravated menacing, allegedly pointing a firearm at a woman. It was also rescinded the next day. The quote says, "We're requesting dismissal because we need additional investigation before we move forward with this case," the prosecution said Friday. The Cincinnati Police Department were able to get in contact with the victim. She understands the need to dismiss this case and the potential that we could refile at a later date. She does still want to go forward with this charge if we do decide to refile it. So he's not out of the woods completely. It's, it could still be something that comes back later once they have more information. But according to the affidavit, Mixon stated, "You should be popped in the face. I should shoot you. The police can't get me." That was while allegedly pointing a firearm at the woman on January 21st, the day before the Bengals beat the Bills in the divisional round of the playoffs. So we'll see if that comes back up. It may not. Who knows? See how it goes. This one's interesting. Okay, a men's basketball game used in a women's NCAA game. Duke women's basketball coach Kara Lawson said the teams played with a men's basketball for the first half of a loss to Florida State. Lawson said the assistant coach Winston Gandy went to the scorer's table at half to check on the ball when he realized what the problem was. She said the game officials changed the ball to start the second half. Florida State, the ACC, the officials from the game, and the NCAA have said there is no evidence to support this claim. Lawson said this would never happen in a men's game. This would never happen, she said. It's embarrassing for our sport.
There's no fucking way you played a game. I've picked up a girls' basketball. I don't play basketball.
You can tell the difference right away.
You immediately you know that it's a men's basketball or women's basketball.
So
there's no way that happened.
They got a beat down by Florida State. She seems maybe a little bitter. I don't know. When you have the school, the ACC, and everybody else saying no, that's definitely didn't happen, but she's claiming it did happen. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
No way. Yep. No way.
Well, while we're on women's basketball, there we go. What does the WNBA need? A good old-fashioned scandal, and we might have one on our hands. The Las Vegas
Shockingly
Aces.
enough, I was going to say, I'm aware of this.
Yep, the Las Vegas Aces. I don't know anything WNBA news, but this one popped up, and I found it interesting. The Aces are under investigation by the WNBA for allegedly offering under-the-table payments to current players and free agents the team has pursued. A spokesperson for the league told them there is an investigation in connection with allegations raised in a recent social media post by Dearica Hamby, who was recently traded to the Los Angeles Sparks. On January 21st, Hamby, who was pregnant with her second child at the time, shared on a social media post that she was traumatized by the unprofessional and unethical way that she was treated by the Las Vegas organization when she was traded.
Must have been giving them peppermill gift certificates under the table.
NIL.
Well, there is a Las Vegas peppermill. I mean, that's a thing. That's what I'm saying. There is a Las Vegas peppermill, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Paying them in peppermill gift certificates.
Interesting. All right. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see how that plays out. Honestly, the story's not as interesting as I thought it was going to be. I got to like the third paragraph, and I'm like, okay, they gave me enough information there. I don't need to read anymore.
I'm surprised. All the teams are like broke. They lose money every year. Where'd they come up with the money to pay these girls?
The owners are doing it out of pocket, it sounds like. I mean, they did just win the league, according to that article. So, I don't know. All right. Ja Morant and associates they have a little confrontation with the Pacers following a game against them. The NBA recently investigated an altercation between associates of Grizzlies star Ja Morant and the Pacers traveling party following an Indiana-Memphis game on January 29th at FedEx Forum. Members of the Pacers traveling party told The Athletic that someone in the SUV that Morant was traveling in shined a red laser at them. They believed it was a gun, but the NBA said it could not corroborate that any individual threatened others with a weapon. NBA security and league investigators conducted an investigation interviewing numerous eyewitnesses and reviewing video surveillance following allegations made by the Indiana Pacers organization regarding a post-game incident on January 29th. While we substantiated that a post-game situation arose that was confrontational based on interviews and other evidence gathered, we could not corroborate that any individual threatened others with a weapon. That's according to Bass, who's like some investigator for the NBA. Certain individuals, this is still a quote, certain individuals involved in the post-game situation and a related matter during the game that night have been subsequently banned from attending games in the arena. If additional information becomes available related to the post-game situation, the league office will conduct a further review. So Morant's close friend Devontae Pack appears to have been banned from FedEx. He can't go to any of the games in Memphis anymore for a year. Morant made his first public comments on the report on Sunday, and it says, quote, "Did a investigation seem they were capping?"
Okay.
There's more. Still let an article come out to paint this negative image on me and my fam and ban my brother from home games for a year. Unbelievable. Yeah, I don't know. Did you see Shannon Sharp's take on this today or recently?
I did not, no.
Shannon Sharp went off and was just basically like, Ja, you're not hard. You're not a gangster. You want to portray that image, go ahead, but you have a $200 million contract that you're going to throw away if you want to, travel that route. So,
well, didn't Shannon Sharp just tried to fight Ja Morant like fucking 2 weeks ago?
Correct. and his dad.
Yeah.
Oh man, whatever,
Crazy world, man. Crazy world.
Crazy world. All right, is this the last one? No, there's second to last one. Coach poses as a player, JV player, so this is great. 2 coaches have been fired and a season canceled after it was revealed that a 22-year-old assistant suited up for and appeared in a junior varsity girls basketball game in Portsmouth, Virginia. Alicia Boykins, 22 years old, impersonated a 13-year-old player on the Churchland High School roster who was out of town at a club basketball tournament, according to the local NBC affiliate WAVY.
Did you watch the clips?
She took the court against girls no older than 15. I saw some of them. Was she crushing it?
Did
she light it up?
Did you notice the best part about them?
No.
Okay, so if you didn't watch the clips, you wouldn't know that they were down it was like the third quarter. And the team with the 22-year-old was down 8. I think it was.
So they were losing?
She was pulling a real LeBron moment. Here, look at how good I am as we're getting our butts kicked.
Jeez.
Yeah, yep.
No, I didn't notice that. So.
Yeah, they were down 7 or 8 sometime in the third quarter.
Ed Munch sent me that article and was like, I think you'll like this one. And I was like, yeah, I do. So the last one I have, I actually don't have any notes on, but I have it on my phone. I didn't even make a banner for it. So, Oklahoma high school basketball game ends with a score of 4-2, reigniting the state's shot clock debate. So, listen to this. This team scores on their, opening possession maybe. Weatherford. So, it's Weatherford High School versus Anadarko High School. Weatherford scores, making it 2-0, in the first quarter. The other team, Anadarko, then held the ball until halftime.
So they wanted to just go into half with a 2-point lead?
2-0. No, they were down 2-0.
Yeah, they wanted to go into half with a trailing by 2.
Right. So after Weatherford scored the first bucket, Anadarko proceeded to hold on to the ball until halftime, not even attempting to take any shots while continually passing the ball as Weatherford sat back in his own defense.
Yeah, see, I knew this is where you were going to go with that. And I got to tell you, this is the one reason I don't want to listen to anybody bitch about the shot clock here, because all you got to do is go out and play defense. Teams will sit back, and Eisenhower did this when I was there. Remember, Swede Backus holding the ball at half, pretending to pick his nose at half because he was bored because his team just sat in a packed-in zone for a quarter and a half. And they cried, "Oh, pass the ball. Get out of your zone and play some fucking defense," and they'll have to move the ball.
Yeah. That is true. Yeah, I mean, if they change their scheme, then
yeah. Well, that's again when it happened to the Eisenhower, they had like a 6'10" kid or a 6'8" kid on the other team, so they would just run this zone. Like that's what they would. They ran a 2-3 zone. They stayed inside the 3-point line and wanted you to either huck threes, and that was going to be your offense. You just had to shoot. And we said no. They were up, just held the ball at half, and they wouldn't come out of their zone. Coaches was crying. I love it. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Get out and play some defense. Don't ask the rules to help you so you can play your shit fucking stay inside the 3-point line defense. Well, I'm guessing. Well, what I'm guessing though is they kind of thought the other team must be better than them. That's my only thought. Like, hey, let's go into half only down 2, and then maybe we can get them in the second half. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't like teams that do that.
A hell of an approach. So
I love it.
All right, that's it. That wraps up things that sting. So I guess we're still waiting. We don't have Delp yet, do we? I'll try and get him on the break. I did send an email because we have Glenn in here. So, all right. This edition of The Things That Stings, powered by Jones Pest Control. Ants, spiders, bees, or mice, don't think twice. Call Jones Pest Control at 814-230-9548. That's 814-230-9548. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the NFL Fan Rant Super Bowl edition. Glenn versus Delp. There's Delp. He's in. So we'll take a break. We'll be right back with them. Blue Line Auto, located at 1606 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren, is locally owned and operated and is a family-run business specializing in vehicle sales and service. They offer state and safety inspections and general car repairs, including but not limited to brakes and rotors, tires, oil changes, batteries, starters, and alternators. They also offer vehicle undercoating prior to winter to help keep your vehicle protected. Currently, their hours are Monday through Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Thursday and Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them today to schedule your next appointment at 814-230-9061. Your safety is their goal.
Hi, this is Ryan Klein, the host of the new pop culture podcast, Me, Myself, and Rye. You can find me on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and several other platforms. Special guests, breakaway shows, bonus episodes, cold beers, and a whole lot more. So what are you guys and gals waiting for? Subscribe now to the Me, Myself, and Rye podcast on Spotify or wherever it is that you get your shows and start listening today.
My High, Joe and Sketty's very own world of sports.
The Hive is presented by Blue Line Auto. For all your automotive needs, call Blue Line Auto at 814-230-9061 or stop in at 1606 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. Who started the slow clap?
Not me.
Nobody was slow clapping? I thought I heard a slow clap.
Wasn't me.
Well, I must be hearing stuff. All right. Delp, Glenn, welcome back. You made it through. One of you guys has to come back on next week. You realize that. And gloat.
I'll be there.
Well, anything you say is going to annoy Sketty tonight. I just want you to know that. And I'm very much looking forward to it.
No.
Why?
No.
Why?
Not anything. Not anything. I asked you, I said, is Delp a reasonable Eagles fan? And you assured me he was. As long as he doesn't try to victory lap beating a team with no quarterback, then we're all right. You just nod and say, yep, we got the win. We're on to the next one. Then we're good. Then we're good.
If I was reading Delp's brain, it would have said you can only beat the teams they put in front of you, and that's what the Eagles did. They didn't have, wasn't their problem that the Niners didn't have a quarterback.
I agree with that.
We can always, and I'll agree with you too, though. For just about any team, we can hop on the internet and find a fan who's going to annoy the fuck out of us about them.
Yeah, there were literally people victory lapping this like you just took down the fucking 2007 Patriots. It was the greatest team ever assembled. The Eagles are better than that. Like, I was just like, what did you watch? That's gonna be my first question, Delp. Were you impressed with that win? Do you feel good going into this week?
Yeah, I feel great about it, man. I mean, it's not like I said, it's not our fault that you guys just, we destroyed your quarterbacks. So,
but what I'm saying is, with the game you watch, you really feel good. You feel like you think Jalen Hurts is healthy enough. You feel like you saw enough there from that team with the 2 cakewalk games they have in the playoffs here.
I'm saying, man, we put about 31 points up against the best defense in the league, man. So that's all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go. 31 points against the best defense in the league. What good touchdown drive did you have? Tell me your good drive of the day.
Dude, we started like in our back end zone like every single drive, man. Every single drive. We had
and when did and what ones did you score on?
The ones that were not back there.
Yeah. No, you scored on a couple of them. The refs just helped you move it about 50 yards.
Yeah. I know.
The ones that were not back there. I mean, they did get away with one right off the bat. They did, that's on Shanahan. I mean, that's purely on Shanahan to challenge that.
When Devontae gets up and starts going like that, yeah.
I mean, why did he go for it on 4th down in our, why would he do that? That made no sense. You guys 7-7 and he went for it. So he's basically just giving the game away anyway. Yeah. And who cares if Devontae Smith didn't catch it? I was celebrating when it went down. Everyone thought it was the best catch ever, right? And then because you didn't see the angle. You didn't see that angle. And all of a sudden they showed the angle.
I will say a buddy of mine caught that immediately, though. As soon as he saw Smith, I was so dejected because, of course, here we go. You just ran out. Yeah. But, you see that. He goes, he didn't catch that. Yeah. And I'm like, no, he caught it. And then they finally show the replay and like, no, you nailed it. He should have been on the sideline for Kyle.
I don't blame the NFL. I don't blame the NFL in that either. It happened so quick.
No.
So,
no.
Glenn,
it's just on Kyle.
Sorry. You good?
No, so it's just on Kyle. Yeah, that's on Kyle. All right. That's not the other.
Glenn, we have a question in the comments. I'm going to post, and we'll let you address this. Okay. It says, "What are you guys' thoughts about the refs in the AFC game and Skip Bayless's take on Patrick Mahomes?" Which I didn't see what that was exactly, but I'll let you go ahead and run with that. Can you hear him?
No,
I cannot.
We can't hear you, Glenn.
Mike's not muted.
Nope. Yep, still can't hear him. All right, Glenn, we'll keep going on the Eagles. You get that taken care of. Sketty, go ahead and get mad some more. I was enjoying that.
It's not mad. I mean, I just I just don't know. As a Niners fan, I really did. I thought the Eagles were gonna thrash them. And again, it's hard to say because second half Niners have no quarterback. Eagles aren't trying. No, I thought the option game looked good. I thought the option game looked pretty strong.
Yeah. He's gone. Look, he quit.
Yeah.
See? just like every team that the Eagles have played this year in the postseason, they just quit.
I still think that my big concern, I think I said it earlier in the show, is I really wish Purdy would have been healthy and that would have been a normal game because I'd love to know where Jalen Hurts is at right now. And I feel like 2 weeks in a row, 3 weeks in a row, we haven't had to see him do
but I mean,
much.
It's been the run game. That's been the Eagles thing all year, and I don't care if Jalen Hurts doesn't throw another touchdown pass all year as long as we win the damn game, right? So I mean, that's where I'm at. We can rush for 200, 300 yards a game.
The way it's worked out, it's working in the Eagles' benefit because if they haven't had to have him throw a lot, and that's just more rest he's getting. Realistically, it's less throws he's making.
And time of possession is huge, man, because that's what killed us. And every game that we lost this year is time of possession. And now if we can, I love the deep ball. I love it. It's so much fun to watch. But at the same time, it's actually been our Achilles heel sometimes too. So,
yeah, I just think it's one of those things against the Chiefs. It could become something where he's got to do.
Glenn,
we can hear you, Glenn.
We got you.
Can you hear me now?
Yep. All right. So I'll throw that question up there for you again, so you can address that. What are your thoughts on the refs in the AFC Championship game and Skip Bayless's take on Mahomes? Which I don't know what his take was. I didn't see that.
Skip Bayless is a hater. Him and Shannon Sharp just go back and forth constantly because Shannon Sharp he pumps he pumps Mahomes up like no other. So Skip kind of has to sit there and slow him down a little bit. But I honestly, I think I remember the video and I watched it today, but I can't remember the exact quote. And I don't really care. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like,
nobody cares what Skip says.
Like, honestly, though, like when it comes down to it, I don't want to gloat about having Mahomes, but what was it? 3 years ago, it was Mahomes and somebody else. 2 years ago, it was Mahomes and Josh Allen. Last year, it was Mahomes and Joe Burrow. Now, all of a sudden, it's Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. It's like, why? Why are we doing this? Why? I don't like. Can we just agree that Mahomes is on his own level and just go with that? I mean, it's nothing against these other quarterbacks. I like the Eagles. I have nothing against them. The Eagles. I mean, I've watched the New Heights podcast the whole year, so I mean, I have a certain respect for the Kelsey brothers and that team. So it's been a interesting week or a couple of weeks on Twitter with literally no fans talking trash between each other. Just
give that time. I get it. That was the prelude to the Bills-Bengals game too, and then afterwards it was like World War III.
Let me tell you, before the week before the Bengals game and this last 2 weeks, I have lost so much respect for Bengals fans. Like they're on one of the worst fan bases on my list now. It's kind of they've kind of went off the deep end. And to go on the refs, you literally can stop any play, and you guys know this. You can stop any play and find fucking holding here. You can find fucking holding here. So I don't really care. Like for one, they took a touchdown from Isaiah Pacheco away off a fast holding call. Like give me a break. They give us one of the weakest freaking the lineman there freaking doing his little dance. They gave us a 15-yard penalty for that. Like, come on. Like, you can't say something. Like, people get in each other's faces every play, and this lineman does a little thing, and they gets 15 yards. But, I mean, there's so many plays that the Chiefs got held up. But I'm not going to sit there and say too much. The last play of the game, Mahomes was out 2 steps. That's getting called. Like you guys said, if it was Travis Kelce, or any other player, that play right there is getting called on anybody. If you slow it down.
You don't think he sold it? You don't think he sold it a little bit?
I don't care if he sold it or not.
The bum flop.
And if anything, people want to say that Mahomes gets called like that was his 4th roughing the passer call all year. Like other quarterbacks get way more than him, so I don't want to hear crap about that or this and that. For one, I think he sold it. Who knows? Do I care? I don't. And like I said, if any player's going out of bounds with 2 feet out of bounds and he gets pushed right there, the refs, they got their hands tied right there. I get it. You don't want to call it with 8 seconds left on the play, this and that. But I will go back and say, how long did it take Mahomes to get how many yards last year? 13 seconds. You don't think Mahomes?
Thanks for bringing that up, Glenn.
I know. I'm just saying. You don't think Mahomes is going to get 5 yards in 8 seconds, 10 yards in 8 seconds? Like, I think Mahomes would have did whatever the hell he possibly needed to do to get another 5 to 10 yards.
All right, and so I have one question based off of what you said so far.
Uh-huh.
You said that, the quarterback comparison, and can we just finally put Mahomes on his own level? If he loses Sunday, does that statement still stand?
Yes. I mean, it's what other quarterback are you going to compare him to right now?
Well, I mean, there's a ton of young talent in the league, and if Hurts wins on Sunday, then he has the same amount of Super Bowl rings as Patrick Mahomes.
I get team-wise, yes, but are you an Eagles fan? Are you going to say that Jalen Hurts is better than Patrick Mahomes?
Hell no.
No. I mean, that's just.
I was so hoping that Duff was going to be like, yeah, yep.
It's Mahomes. I mean, and that's the one thing about this game that is like, I mean, Mahomes is going to be the factor, right? Like, We know what it's like to play against the best, one of the best teams in the NFC without quarterbacks, without Mahomes. I mean, Mahomes is the whole team. Him and Kelsey. Those are the two guys that I'm like. Those are the two guys we got to shut down, and that's key to our victory, shutting him down, which is tough to do. So,
last week, you guys were talking about the game. You said that the Chiefs or the Bengals didn't impress you. Do you realize that the Chiefs defense went against Trevor Lawrence, who was pretty hot going into that game, and then Cincinnati, who was probably the hottest team in the NFL, and held them both under 25 points. I mean, you got to give the Chiefs defense a little bit of respect.
I love Nick Bolton.
I mean, even not even Nick Bolton. You got to
he's the only one I like.
He's on.
Chris Jones is pretty good.
Oh yeah, Chris Jones is good too.
I can go down the list. I mean, Frank Clark in the playoffs is different than anybody else. He's 3 sacks short of breaking the NFL record for most ever. I mean, do you think that you could ever say that about Frank Clark? I mean, that's kind of laughable. But
big game Frank.
He really, I mean,
I fucking hate Frank Clark.
Chiefs fans,
fucking hate him.
For how much the Chiefs have paid him, Chiefs fans give him so much crap. But when it comes to the playoffs, he's something else. And when it comes to our cornerbacks, since Trent McDuffie's come back, it's been a different team. They're young and they've given up some big plays, but
I think the reason why there's still comparisons to Mahomes is because he hasn't been dominant over some of the other young quarterbacks. Like he just beat Burrow, and is that not? Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that the first time he's beat Joe Burrow? And Allen has
first
2 regular
2 years.
Yeah, and Allen has 2 regular season wins over him at Arrowhead, which is rare. That's not one, if not the hardest, one of the hardest places to go play and win a football game.
Yeah, but I mean, how many quarterbacks have a winning record against Tom Brady? But did Tom Brady lose to him in the playoffs?
Well,
I mean, Joe Burrow's 1-1 against us now in the playoffs, but
I think you got to kind of go with like Glenn here because Mahomes has been to 5 straight AFC Championship games.
Right, I'm not denying that. I'm just saying why the comparisons exist and why people are refusing to place him on another level is because he hasn't completely dominated everybody. Brady did. Brady beat the shit out of everybody. What was it? That post just came up the other day where Eli Manning, okay, we all know Eli beat him twice
in the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's like where the difference lies between the two. He still has a long career ahead of him though, and that obviously could swiftly change. He could never lose to Burrow again the rest of his career. We don't know what's going to happen. But it's just I think it's what people's hesitation is it's too early to do that. He still has a good 10 years, right? Can we say that? Probably 10 years left.
So.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so. 10 years left. And so I think that's why there's still hesitation. Plus, it's just an exciting time because we watch Brady finally retires. So now that whole era of quarterbacks, Rivers, Manning, Brady, Drew Brees, like all those guys are finally all out the door. It's this ushered in new group of Jalen Hurts, Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Herbert, Brock Purdy.
Hey,
just wanted to see if you were listening.
I was looking up Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady. It's not as crazy as you would think.
No, it's not. And I mean, but in
8-4.
Those are
8-4.
He's 8-4 against Manning.
Against me in the regular season.
I'll ask this question: how many of those teams did Tom Brady drag himself? Season
not many.
Through the playoffs.
Not many.
None of them. Not a single one of them.
So what you're saying is that the Chiefs suck. Mahomes is so good that he's. I disagree with that. I think they're hitting on draft picks left and right.
The last couple of years, I 1,000% agree. 1,000% agree. What Veach did this last year to our defense, how many,
dude, it's insane how many young guys are starting on those teams, on that team,
the last
both sides of the ball.
4 years, if you look on paper and how bad our defense is, Tom Brady never had a defense like Mahomes dealt with. And Mahomes has brought that team to 5 AFC championship. And granted, we haven't won all of them, but
yeah, he's still there.
We're going to our third Super Bowl in 4 years with bottom of the half defenses every year. Tom Brady never did that. And nothing against Brady. I mean, he's the GOAT. There's no argument whatsoever. But like I said, when did Tom Brady ever drag his team through the season, through the playoffs, and just will his power and him alone winning? It never happened. And nothing against him. Like, Tom Brady's the fucking man. Like, his preparation's above no other. But I mean, he was enough. I mean, you can't say anything against him. He was blessed with some pretty good defenses.
He was 33-3 against the Bills and ruined the majority of my adult life.
Oh, I saw that come out, and I was just like, "Oh, that's tough."
I knew that before that. It was interesting to see what he had done against every team. You know, he has a win against every team in the NFL, including his team he spent most of his career on.
Delp, is there any concern here that Jalen Hurts is going to shit himself like he did the national championship? Like, is Gardner Minshew going to come in at halftime and save his team?
No, man.
No fear at all. Okay.
No, dude, he's locked. He's locked in. He's locked and loaded, man. He's matured so much since then. It's insane. Like, he literally puts that team on his back, and he should, because he squats 600 pounds, man. He could probably hold them all.
I do like him. I'm a Hurts fan.
He's going the Burrow route, though, and I don't know if I love it. I don't know because I just think Burrow's a better quarterback. Like, I'm not trying to shit on Jalen Hurts, but like, in the locker room, he's got the flashy purple suit and the cigar, and like, I'm just like, man.
Yeah, but
he's tough.
He doesn't flaunt it, though. He doesn't flaunt it. He's not that guy. He really doesn't. So
I do think, and again, Glenn, I think you might be in a little bit of trouble because I'm telling you, that option game they got going, that read option is just.
I think the Chiefs have only seen 2 teams this year or something like that has even done the RPO. So they don't have a lot of experience.
We've gone against like 5 or 6 teams that have running quarterbacks, and we're like 4-1 or 5-1 against them.
Bills would be one of the losses.
All right, so let's do this. Eagles have been designated the home team.
Okay.
So, Delp, do you want to go first again? That's been kind of your thing throughout, or do you want to? No,
it's fine. I'll go. Whatever. I'll go first. It's fine.
Why are the Eagles going to win on Sunday?
They're going to win. They're a better team all year long. I'm not just talking on paper, but our 22 starting guys against the Chiefs starting 22 starter guys, it's just better. I mean, I'll give you guys Mahomes, right? I mean, Mahomes is better. You got Kelsey, he's better. I'll give you guys. Big Red, man. I love Big Red. Right? You got Jones. And then you got the entire Eagles offensive line. The whole offensive line. They're all better. All 5 of them are better. You got our pass rushers are insane. Hassan Reddick is a monster. And I don't know what you guys are gonna do about it. I don't. Our cornerbacks are way better. You guys got 2 rookies out there. I know they're doing great this year, but come on, man. They're no Slay or Bradbury. You know that. Maddox is coming back for the nickel. He's phenomenal. And then Gardner Johnson is insane as well. It's just, you guys don't have any receivers. You don't. I mean, MVS can never catch the fucking ball. He never can. He just can't catch the ball. I mean, no, that's why Aaron Rodgers fucking hated him. He could never catch the goddamn ball. And you got Kelsey, and that's the one guy. And you know what? If he gets 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, and that's all you guys get, great. I mean, that's cool. But I think we're going to chip him. We're going to slow him down. We're going to get in his face, and I think we're going to shut him down. And Mahomes, is he healthy? I don't know, man. Like the way we come at every quarterback, we knocked 2 quarterbacks out last game, 2 of them because we got pressure and we hit him hard, and that's been our thing all year long. Most sacks in the league this year. The whole team. I'm not just talking about one guy. You got one guy on your team with 17.5, 19.5 sacks. Cool. So do we. But then we also got 4 other guys with 10+ sacks that are going to be up in Mahomes' face, keeping him in that pocket, and just bum rushing the shit out of him. And that's the key to victory, is shutting down Mahomes. And you got, dude, I love Mahomes. I don't think, he's the best. He's the best player playing tomorrow or on Sunday, even with a sprained ankle. But I don't think that the way the Eagles have been playing all year long, that they're going to succumb to laying down for Mahomes on a bum leg. I just don't think it's going to happen. So that's it.
Glenn, the floor is yours. Why will the Chiefs win on Sunday?
Going with the whole sack thing, I saw a fact earlier that like half or a good chunk of the Eagles sacks came against like 4 teams this year. Like 9 of them against one team, like 8 of them against another team. You don't like, for one, we play in a division with Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram. We play in a division with Max Crosby. We play in a division with a lot of good pass rushers. How to get out of the pocket. Did you not see him on a bum ankle last week? Every play was rushing to the right, rushing to the right. How do you think you take pass rushers away? You get him out of the pocket, and what do you think? They're going to do about 7 or 8 screens, and then when all your little fucking pass rushers are by Mahomes and Pacheco is 30 yards down the field because you guys are such good rushers, it's going to be like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Like, everybody thinks that the Chiefs are so outmanned, and I think it's absolutely hysterical. Creed Humphrey's a better center. Like,
what? Did Kelsey?
Literally.
Did Kelsey?
Creed Humphrey's a better.
Oh, you're crazy.
Paper.
You are crazy. How? Yo, he's
a better center.
That's blasphemy.
A better rated center.
Oh my god, rated? Who gives a fuck about ratings? Yo, no fucking Madden. You talking Madden?
That's a bold take. That's a bold take.
Madden. What do you think they go from all the ratings? Like, where do you get these ratings that this person's better than this person? PFF or any of these other fucking things?
Kelsey
is PFF?
First ballot Hall of Fame center.
I'm not saying that he isn't, but right now,
he's not.
Creed Humphrey's a better center than
Pro Football Focus. They do have Creed Humphrey 1, Jason Kelsey 2.
Okay. Gosh, crazy, just crazy. It's just thrown out the windows.
They also have John Feliciano at 5, so take that for what it's worth because he's trash.
Pro Football Focus is
yeah.
But that's what lot of people. That's what a lot of people use. This person's better than this person. This person's better. Like, why? Like, you guys like
Creed?
What? You guys haven't even faced a tier 2 quarterback this year, let alone Mahomes.
It's not our fault. That's not our fault.
I'm not saying it's your fault. You know who else put up a lot of points against San Fran, the best defense in the league? We put 44 against them.
They were beat up.
So
they were beat up that game.
I get it.
Let's settle it down here, boys.
You say that like the wide receivers for Kansas City, you say they don't have anybody. That's laughable. But I hope the Eagles go in there thinking. I hope that they go in there thinking that they have to double team and triple team Kelsey, because Mahomes is going to dip and dunk just like they've done all year. It's literally, we're in the Super Bowl and we're still getting doubted. Oh, is not having Tyreek going to hurt them? Like, they're literally in the Super Bowl. Like, how are you still asking that question? Like, it's to me, it's laughable. Here we are. I mean,
how you guys going to cover?
You guys were saying that the Eagles are getting disrespected, this and that. Like, every single analyst out there is saying that the Eagles are the better team, that the Eagles are going to win. So the team that's getting disrespected is Mahomes.
Yeah, all season long, and no one was really on him once Hurts went down. That's all I'm saying. This week, it's weird. I don't like looking at the TV and watching everyone picking the birds. I don't like it.
I do.
I mean, that's fine. But how you guys going to shut down our two? We have 2 number 1 receivers. How are you going to shut them down when you guys giving up the most touchdowns to wide receivers in the league this year? That's a fact too.
You want to go look at the facts that like 15 or 16 of those touchdowns are when the Chiefs were up by double digits.
Still though, I'm just saying. AJ Brown and Smith.
When you pass the most in the league and score the most touchdowns passing, you're going to have the most passing touchdowns against you. It's just
Diggs did light him up this year.
Yeah.
So it is possible the Brown could too.
He's trying to throw his Buffalo stuff in there.
Well, he did. I mean, I was just
Buffalo's
looking.
Not relevant.
Because you're talking about holding teams to little points. They held the Chiefs to 20, and Diggs went 10 for like 140.
Defense held Buffalo to 24 in week 4 when we had half our defense out.
But 24 is more than 20.
I get that, but
no, go ahead. You guys keep arguing. I'm looking stuff up.
Do it.
I mean, these inner Chiefs haters coming out.
I don't know, man.
Everybody hates the Chiefs. Everybody hates the Chiefs. I love it.
Nobody hates the Chiefs.
It's just they're kind of turned into that thing. I mean, you got a quarterback who talks like a frog. You know, it's kind of annoying. I hate.
We don't like you because your brother and your wife.
Yeah.
Well, that is.
You got to
they
give
do-
Mahomes.
You have to admit, as a
credit.
Chiefs fan, as a Chiefs fan, Jackson Mahomes sucks, right? You love
hardly
Jackson
seen him this
Mahomes?
year.
I don't love Jackson Mahomes, but I love, like, I living in Western New York. Obviously, I know a lot of Bills fans, and I know
They
a
are
lot
not
of people.
the only ones who hate Jackson
No, I know,
Mahomes. Though.
I know
Everybody
they're not
hates
the only
Jackson
ones,
Mahomes.
but that's just the only ones that I have on Facebook. That's the ones I see. So people like that I see that share it time after time after time is why he has the platform he does. If nobody gave a fuck about him, it wouldn't be anything.
You are correct.
So, like, the reason why people see him out there is because people are fucking mind blown that this kid that's fucking a brother of a fucking $500 million dude is living off the coattail. Like, who cares? If my brother had $500 million, I'd live off his coattails too. I mean,
I don't even know what he
tell
looks
me
like.
that none of you guys wouldn't like.
I might be living off the
I'm not-
coattails, but I ain't gonna be no TikTok dances. That's
No,
for damn
no.
sure.
That's true.
But it also goes to the fact: would you care what people thought about you? Obviously, this year they must have had a talk. I'm not saying that
he did well with him this year.
Something must have happened.
Yeah,
and then
something
we
changed.
get to week 16, week 17, and you get the people reaching like, "Oh my gosh, we haven't seen Brittany, we haven't seen Jackson. Where the hell are these guys?" And then like go out to try to find them, and that's like I said, you're giving them the platform. Like here, these guys have literally tried to be themselves and stick to themselves all year, and it's just, to me, that's annoying. Like, I can't stand for that being so many people's reasons to hate Pat. Like, he's literally
I don't
most,
hate him because of that.
literally one of the most likable people. He does so much for KC. He owns sports teams. He owns franchises. He owns this and that. Like, he's not a non-likable person like people make him out to be.
I just said he talks like a frog. That's all I said.
He does talk like a frog. The only thing that I don't like about him is that, like, and we've talked about this, the whole you can find holding or anything like that on any play. I can't stand how on every play where Mahomes throws an incompletion, he just starts doing this, just pointing, and he's just, lobbying for a penalty because, whatever happened on the play, or it's a good, clean breakup, or if it's bad and they didn't call it. That was the only thing that annoyed me about him and his voice. But he's good. And there's no doubt. There's no tippy-toeing around that. The dude can straight ball. He's the reason Cliff Kingsbury should not have got a job in the NFL, because he couldn't win with Patrick Mahomes at Texas Tech.
Right.
How the hell was he going to win with anybody in the NFL? So that's pretty much my take. I do agree that a lot of people, but the thing is, I mean, we live in a society where you're guilty by association. There's no misunderstanding that either. So that's why people will say, well, I don't like Mahomes because Jackson's a TikTok dancer and he did this and he did that, and Brittany's always crying about the refs on Twitter. Just people get annoyed by it. So that by association. But from what a lot of people I saw, like, I'm going to disagree with you on this. They weren't hating Mahomes for it. A lot of them were saying he needs to talk to him. He needs to dial them in, because he is doing great things, and he's investing his money wisely. He's he's doing commercials that we see every Sunday when we're watching games. I don't hate the dude. I just hate the Chiefs because they always beat the Bills when they need to. So
we didn't get the chance this year.
Yeah, I know. In Atlanta, you would have been there.
I would have been there.
Yeah, but the Bills didn't even decide to play a game against Cincinnati. So it's baseball season. It doesn't even matter. I don't even know why we're talking about this. All right. So I think that'll wrap it up. Good luck to both of you this weekend. And one of you will have on next week. Actually, both of you technically could come back on next weekend, because we're going to it's the season finale, last show before we take like a month and a half off and then come back with season 3. But So we'll be posting the link to join in the comments, and then that way anybody who wants to hop on can. But we will have a reserved special spot for one of you with no outside noise as far as other people in the stream at the same time, so you can gloat and tell us how good your team is, and we'll sit here and suck our thumbs and wait for next season and hope that one of our teams can do it. But if it's you, Delp, go Astros. Fuck the Phillies.
Fuck.
All right, boys. Thanks for coming on. We'll see one of you next week.
Go Birds.
See you later.
That was good. I was like, that was the most like headbanging I think we had between two so far, which is supposed to be the point of this, and this never happens. They end up being friends.
Too many people, too nice, man.
Yeah, you're right. Remember the first one when I put up the bag of milk for Mac Jones and I was just tearing up the Patriots? Hunter took it well though.
Crazy Philly guy and Bucks kid. That was the highlight still.
Yeah.
That's still the highlight.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like, I think I tried to message that guy, and
he's a.
I'm
gem.
just gonna assume he had a stroke and he's dead.
Because it's very possible.
He almost had one on the show that night. That was a great episode.
That was a good one.
That one will go down in the history books for sure. All right. Thank our sponsors, Swing Juice, Busch Light, Napoli's, Your Daily Local, JP Photography, Mean Sales and Service, Jones Pest Control, Me, Myself, and Rap Podcast, Blue Line Auto, Complete Roofing Systems. Appreciate all of you. Everybody who tuned in tonight, we appreciate you. Everybody in the comments chiming in, we like that too. Yeah. Oh, Chris White's in the comments. I didn't even see that one, but I talked to him Saturday. He's coming on season 3 to talk rugby. He's going to educate us.
Rugby. Okay.
Yeah, he plays for Clarion.
Okay, didn't know that.
So, yeah, I'm excited for that because I don't know anything about that, but you got to be a tougher type person to play rugby for sure. So, I want to hear about that. There's some goons. They beat the hell out of each other and don't care. So, all right. Till next week, everybody take care and be safe.